Hello again. This one's a short one, but there's a lot of addendum following it, so let's get started.
SCP-004 Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. When handling SCP items SCP-004-2 through SCP-004-13, proper procedure is vital. The items are not permitted to be moved off-site unless accompanied by 2 Level 4 security personnel. Under no circumstance should any other components of SCP-004 be taken through SCP-004-1. The effects of doing so are yet unknown, and the current cost of experimentation makes the further research impractical. Should any of the objects contained within SCP-004-1 breach containment, or the facility be breached, the keys must be brought inside and the door closed prior to activation of Site-62's on-site warheads. Unauthorized removal of keys from testing area is ground for immediate termination. Level 1 clearance is required for basic access to SCP-004-1, and Level 4 clearance is required for use of SCP-004-2 through 13. Description: SCP-004 consists of an old wooden barn door, SCP-004-1, and a set of 12 rusted steel keys, SCP-004-2 through SCP-004-13. The door itself is the entrance to an abandoned factory in data expunged.
Chronological history. 2nd of July 1949. A group of 3 juveniles trespassing on federal property near blank find the door. According to their testimonies, they found a set of rusted keys in a lockbox and determined what doors they unlocked. The juveniles are taken into custody after they contact Sheriff Blank when one of their friends, SCP-004-CAS-01, goes missing. July 3rd, 1949, local authorities find a severed right hand of SCP-004-CAS-01 8 km away from SCP-004-1. Other parts of SCP-004-CAS-01's bodies were found scattered as far as 32 km away from the factory. Under interrogation, the apprehended juveniles tell the authorities that upon opening the door with one of the keys, SCP-004-CAS-01 was torn into several pieces, each of which disappeared. At this point, the SCP Foundation takes over the investigation. July 4th, 1949, SCP Agent Blank obtains the key from local authorities to begin testing. Tests show that SCP-004-2 through SCP-004-13 all fit into a single lock on a large barred door. 12 D-Class personnel are assigned to test the effect of the door. Of the 12 test subjects, each trying a different key to enter the room, only 2 survived. Opening the door with any key except SCP-004-7 and SCP-004-12 causes the test subject to be torn apart in multiple directions. However, no dismembered parts were found until later. At the time of writing, only 2 parts of each subject was been recovered, with the exception of the subject using SCP-004-blank, whose pieces were scattered in close proximity. The others have, for all intents and purposes, vanished from existence. Of the 2 surviving subjects, only one, having used SCP-004-7, returned unarmed. The other came in a near catatonic state, only able to remove himself from the room and then collapsed on the floor, and had to be restrained to prevent him from gouging his own eyes out. See Appendix A, Mental Health Effects of SCP-004. The subject using SCP-004-7 said that he had entered a large room, impossibly big for the size of the attached building. After his exit, SCP-004-1 was propped open and an armed squad of Level 3 personnel entered the room. The size of the room is impossible to measure, and the door frame and individuals in the room are the only thing that can be eliminated. July 16, 1949, the juvenile suspect and Sheriff Blank are terminated. August 2nd, 1949, Blank is declared a hazardous area due to unexploded ordnances, and fences are erected in order to prevent civilian ingress. Tests to determine safety of exposure to environment behind SCP-004-1 begins. December 1st, 1950. Space-time anomaly resulting from exposure to SCP-004 are confirmed. Testing is suspended until further notice. July 2nd, 19 blank. The unaccounted for remains of SCP-004-CAS-01 appear unexpectedly on site SCP-004-1. Despite being killed decades before, the remains of SCP-004-CAS-01 are not decomposed in any matter and are still warm to the touch. Blood remains uncoagulated. The remains are remanded for testing. July 4th, 19 blank. The unaccounted for remains of one of the 12 original test subjects appear in similar manner to those of SCP-004-CAS-01. The remains have been designated SCP-004-CAS-02. Records suggest that both SCP-004-CAS-01 and CAS-02 used SCP-004-blank. March 21st, 1999. With the massive proliferation of nuclear weapons and World War III only blank years away, has begun on a site inside SCP-004-1. The site is stocked to supply for blank persons a day. April 21st, 1999. Blank has ordered the site inside SCP-004-1 to be expanded to include emergency storage for all mobile SCP-blank specimen and a blank petabyte database for the storage of all SCP data. The facility is now referred to as Site 62. November 25th, 2000. Site 62 is operational. Labs and containment units are completed and can contain most dangerous specimens. Backup of SCP database has begun. January 21st, 2001. Due to time anomalies, see space-time anomalies below, all personnel working at Site-62 are now required to reside on-site permanently. Families of personnel are to be informed that the loved ones perished in an industrial accident. Clone bodies have been prepared for funerals. August 14, 2003. Massive power outage across northeast United States and through Canada. Due to the initial failure of multiple SCP generators, Site-62 was without power for 53 minutes. During those 53 minutes, those on site were completely without any source of light. They reported sensing creatures and people, all through no abnormal entities could be seen or felt. Selected facility personnel were allowed to read blank C Appendix A and said that the creatures sensed were humanoid sized, otherwise similar to the massive green creature described. Space-time anomalies. SCP-004 seems to propagate spatial temporal anomalies. Personnel leaving the facility report losing time. Those who have been in the site for weeks report being there for only days, and records of work completed and supplies consumed support their claim. Other temporal anomalies involve SCP-004-2 through 13, especially the reappearance of SCP-004-CAS-01 and SCP-004-CAS-02 exactly blank years after using SCP-004-blank. Blank has been assigned to investigate all aspects of these time anomalies. Spatial anomalies include the impossibly large dimension of the area opened up by SCP-004-7. Similarly, the 2003 blackout incident suggests that there exists an alternate plane of existence within the same space that Site-62 occupies. Additional notes. Testing on SCP-004 reveals that 10 of the keys open SCP-001 on a dimension where the laws of physics and topology are significantly different to those of our own dimension. Test subject meeting the hostile condition are torn apart. Their body is disposited in various locations, only 3 of which have been verified to be on Earth. Material disposited at 2 of these points appear immediately. Material disposited at the 3rd appears exactly blank years into the future. The other 7 locations are currently unknown. Current testing focuses on 2 avenues of research. The first, finding ways to survive SCP-004 hostile topology. The second, data expunge, suggests that SCP-004-2 through SCP-004-13 open doors other than SCP-004-1. Appendix A. Mental effects of SCP-004-12. All Class D personnel using SCP-004-12 returned in catatonic state, unable to speak. Some may have enough energy left to claw their eyes out. Of the 16 subjects, only 4 have survived. Only one has regained speech following a long-term psychotherapy. He was able to tell the physicist that he saw massive green creatures so large that much of its body extended beyond his field of view. He reported innate fear and sudden recognition, as if it were something buried deep in his primal fear, and forced implantation of incomprehensive memories. Subject displayed acute anterograde and retrograde amnesia. Appendix B. Additional information. Item number SCP-004-14. Date of discovery November 2nd, 1950. Origin of object. Object was discovered elsewhere in the factory area, in a previously undiscovered manager's office. Description. Object appears to be a large, unvarnished wooden box. The box may be unlocked by the safe key SCP-004-7 as well as 5 unsafe keys. See document SCP-004-1. Upon unlocking SCP-004-14 with SCP-004-7, the box opened automatically on a hinge. The volume of the space inside is precisely 5 times greater than the outer dimension implied. Item placed within while the lid remains open do not affect its weight or any properties of the box. When the lid is closed and locked, however, all items inside vanish irreversibly. Personnel locked inside the box are also irretrievable. All through losing personnel in this fashion appears to affect significantly the dreams experienced by data expunged. End of audio log. Well, at least I don't work on Site 62, or I'd never get finished with this job.